Hello and welcome to GFC Weekly for anything and everything to do with the Geelong Football Club. Today's video is, in my opinion, Geelong's best 22. I've had a lot of requests for this on Facebook, so I thought I'd get right into it. Just to clear this up, this has nothing to do with how much game time they will get, which players are injured, or whether or not I think we need to play certain players regularly to develop them. This is who I believe to be the very best players for each position on the ground. I'm going to go through each row of players one by one and give my reasons for including them in the side as well as my reasons for not including others in certain positions. I actually posted the team on Facebook last night to gauge opinion on my choices and will be responding to much of the feedback here. Just keep in mind that this is my opinion and yours could be very different. First up, the full forward line. In the left pocket here we have Stephen Motlop. Quite a few people disagreed with this one. Many seem to prefer Stokes or Smeds in the forward pocket. Motlop had a breakout season in 2012. He was actually our fourth highest goal scorer with 25. Stokes is probably the better finisher at this stage, but Motlop will improve further over the pre-season, and his ability to break through packs and evade tackles has him ahead of Stokes for this spot in the team. All-Australian best and fairest Tom Hawkins is an automatic selection at full forward, and Steve Johnson is in a similar boat for the right forward pocket. However, he is likely to be spending a lot more time in the midfield in 2013. Next is the half-forward line. Many fans are starting to believe Chapman's game is starting to decline, but he's certainly not gone yet. His best is still very, very good, attacks the ball hard, can play anywhere in the midfield as well as up forward, and his snap around the body is second only to that of Steve Johnson. Next is the big J-Pod. Pods is probably the most vulnerable member of the side. He kicked 35 goals in 2012 and can take a great mark, but it's just not possible to squeeze him, Hawkins, Vardy, McIntosh and West into the same team, and all of the others deserve to be there. If he plays like he did in 2011, he'll have no problem keeping his spot. On the right forward flank is Daniel Menzel. Hopefully people haven't forgotten how good this kid is. May not be fit for round 1, but at full fitness he's got a great eye for goals and has that hunger to perform which only the best players have. Now it's time for the midfield, which I had so much trouble selecting. We've just got so much depth here at the moment. Christensen, Duncan and Kelly need no introduction. I think they all proved themselves to be in the best 22. I originally had Varco here in favour of Christensen, who was the sub, but after listening to your feedback and poring over some footage of Bundy, I've changed my mind and slowed him into the side. Joel Corey, Josh Caddy, Travis Varco, Andrew Mackie and Taylor Hunt can all slot right into these positions, so these three will have to be at their very best if they want to be regular starters. Down at half-back we have Corey Enrat, Harry Taylor and Andrew Mackie. Probably the safest row of players in the side as far as holding their spot goes. Mackie can easily play in the centre when needed, but is better suited as a rebound player off half-back. Enrat and Taylor both finished highly in the best and fairest, and are in for a ripper season in 2013. Now to fullback. It looks very sound, even without Scarlett in the side. Jared Rivers slots straight in after coming across from Melbourne, does the extra mile, loves a 1%er, gets the job done. He'll likely play a similar role to Scarlett in 2013. Lonergan, what a star he is, does a brilliant role at fullback, and Josh Hunt, the tank, takes the kick-ins and injects fear into every contest. Taylor Hunt is the omission here, with Rivers taking his spot. Now to the on-ballers. We have McIntosh, Selwood and Bartel. I'm sure you've heard of Joel and Jimmy, with the big inclusion, in more ways than one, being Hamish McIntosh. McIntosh comes straight into the side from North Melbourne in front of Trent West, who is very deserving in the role. Those two are certain to rotate in 2013, so don't think I'm just discarding West for good. McIntosh's best is very, very good, which is why I have him here in the best 22. However, I don't see him playing 22 games every season. West's best is still to come, and if these two can somehow fit into the same side, it's sure to be a great partnership. Dawson Simpson is the big question mark. It would have to take an injury to McIntosh or West to see him getting a regular game this season. I'm interested to see what Chris Scott has planned for him in 2013. Now onto the bench, all four of which I tried very hard to fit into the 18 that start the game. Veteran Joel Corey can play in the midfield, on the ball, off half-back, or even, in my opinion, do the job as a tagger, which is the main reason I didn't squeeze Hunt into the 22. Josh Caddy, coming down from Gold Coast, still needs to prove himself in the eyes of our fans over on Facebook. However, if his best form is out on show, then he's a force to be reckoned with. He can slot into the midfield, on the ball, or anywhere in the forward line. Next is Nathan Vardy, a brilliant ruckman, great mark of the ball, and also great in front of goal. He'll slot straight in for the J-Pod if the latter slips up at all this season, and will spend a lot of time in the ruck as a backup to McIntosh. We'll most likely see him rotating with Trent West as well. The last man on the bench is Travis Varco, one of my real favourites, who can play anywhere in the midfield or up forward. I'll never forget that goal he kicked in the grand final, being involved in 5 contests in a row from half-back to half-forward, before ending up with the ball in his hands and slotting it home as easy as you like. As I said earlier, I originally had him on the wing, but I think Bundy just has him for that position, so we're likely to see him rotating with the likes of Motlop and Menzel. I didn't pick a sub, as that role can really change depending on a number of factors, and isn't really right for a best 22. Last of all, we have Taylor Hunt, Billy Smeds and Matthew Stokes as the emergencies. Look at that depth. All 3 of these guys 100% deserve to be in the 22, but for the reasons I've just gone through, I just couldn't fit them in. Waiting in the wings are Jordan Murdoch, Jesse Stringer, Josh Walker, Mitch Brown, George Holland-Smith, Cam Guthrie and many more. Well, that's about it for this video, GFC Weekly's Best 22. Be sure to let me know your own opinions in the comment section below, or on Facebook or Twitter. I'm sure a lot of you will have something to say on this one. As always, the link to subscribe to our channel is on your screen now. Absolutely loving the support and feedback for the channel so far, I really appreciate it. If you have a suggestion for future videos, be sure to let me know via one of the methods I've just mentioned. Thanks for watching, and go Cats!